Kia ora, my name is Zacchaeus, and kia ora is actually a Maori phrase that sort of means a lot of things, but we like to greet each other with it and say things like, oh, kia ora, like, yes, I agree. It's a wonderful phrase. Maori's a wonderful language and culture. You should get involved. Regardless, today what we're doing is we are making a video, well, we being me, I'm the only one here. I'm making a video on the absolute beginner tips and tricks for Age of Empires 2. Now, before I start, I might actually delve into the hotkeys a little today. So I should really be like throwing this camera down and like showing you what I'm up to. But the only thing that you really need to know is that the grid follows along on these keys for default. So like when you're playing the game, it's like logical where the hotkeys are. For example, if I select a villager, see how you've got build here, like buildings on this little, what do you call this thing? Grid, right? See how it's hotkey Q. So that Q matches with where Q is on your keyboard. Like also next to it, you've got W. Oh, look at that. E. And then finally T. So those are the buttons that are along the top of the keyboard. I think it's the default way, but I think it's like a great way to do it. The old Age of Empires, I can't remember how you used to have to build a villager, but I think it was HC. C was villager back in the day. Anyway, so the first thing you do when you start playing is you're going to need to know the hotkeys because the initial like 5 seconds of the game is where the pressure is the most. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go H Q Q Q Q. What H does is it selects town center. Now if I'm on something out, H will select and it will take me so that that is the center of the screen. So it's really good to have those hotkeys like memorized. I think if you're just starting, it's good to just get the basics for the hotkeys, right? You don't really need to fully memorize how to go to barracks, which for me would be Control Shift B. I don't know what the default is, but yeah, I think that is the default actually, which means select all barracks, and it means you can quickly like build units, and it means that your macro and micro becomes so much easier. Anyway, by the way, twist. This is a freaking wireless headset. Boom, play y'all. Okay, anyway, let's start. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna unpause. I'm gonna go H Q Q Q Q. See how they've got the two villages here? Those two villages, I'm gonna build a house. I would turn this on, by the way. This shows you like the range of your building. You can do that in options. There's all sorts of great options, but I think that this one here under game, oh shucks, I should really know. But oh yeah, building range indicator. See, I've got it on always show. I think it's great because it shows when, like, if an enemy TC run, like enemy scout runs under your TC, you know that it's in range of it, so you chuck all your villagers and then you can start attacking that. So yeah, that's good. What I do is I get the two villages and I'm going to build a house. I sort of just build it somewhere on the line between those two villages so they can get to it really quickly. Then with this one villager, I'm going to select him, QQ. So see how I go, I grab him, and I'm going to click Q for buildings and Q for house. The first one you should learn is QQ. It will teach you that hotkeys are amazing, right? And if you even don't progress from there, at least you've still got the QQ and you can build a house quickly when you're housed. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go H, Q, 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 queue up some villages. I'm going to grab those two villages. I'm going to go Q, Q, build a house there. I'm going to grab him, build a house there. Right, then I'm going to grab my scout, and I'm going to go control 1 and make him his own group. So what you can do is, see down here I've got these this little plus, it's control group. So what you can do is you can go control 1, and now whenever I click 1, it will take me to my scout, right? I should really remove that because I'm going to have to do that again. Right, see how I've got a goat? Over here, you will always start with 4 goats, and there will always be, around about your base, there'll be a set of 2 and a set of 2 somewhere. There's like a formula that goes off so that that is always the case. So see how I'm 4 out of 5 population here? That's why I'm going to build the house here and the house here. I'm then going to need food, because food is what it takes to produce villages. I'm going to be consistently producing villages or doing something in my town center all the time. Right? Okay, so let's have a go. H, Q, 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 Q. Oh, dang it, I cheated. Oh, well. Anyway, pros will do that fast. I don't profess to be a pro. I profess to be a teacher. And, hopefully I can show you some ways to improve at the game. Oh, okay, I failed already. Man, that group of 4 goats was not together. I'm playing sloppy already. This is the dream. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a goat going under the TC in the middle. I want to make sure my villages are always working. So see, when he's idle, See how it says 1 up here? So the default hook here is full stop, and that takes you to idle villages. And then I'm just going to make them all get goats. I'm going to get my second goat, put it on top of that goat, and then make sure my scout is busy exploring. You can scroll in and out to have different amounts of view, like at any stage. When I get my 2 goats, I can use one of them to explore. I'm holding down shift and just making sure goats have a really small line of sight, so I'm just going close to what I haven't explored. When he's on his way, I might as well get him exploring, right? See how the goat is running down? Oh, up here I should always have villagers going. If I don't have 50 food, I can just, oh, don't be idle, man. Oh man, there's not enough room around this goat. Let's make some space. Oh yeah, what is happening? This village is turning to flipping crap. Okay, what I'm going to do is they can kill another goat. You should only really have 1 goat going at a time, but in this special instance, I'm not too worried about this. Okay, I'm playing against the hardest computer. I should probably put a little bit more effort into making my, what I'm doing fast and efficient, because that computer's going to attack me at some stage. So I'm going to make sure I have it all explored. I've got way too many villagers doing this. Okay, when you get to like 7, you should actually go to a wood line and build a lumber camp right up against that wood. Right, I need to see how I've got no next goat ready to go, so I need to have this goat here, or I could start getting my food from my boar, but in this case it's a rhino. Right, oh, okay, this goat has found my berry bushes. This goat's going to get here just in time. Oh, I'm 11 out of 15. Notice there's all sorts of things I've got to focus on, but the thing is, it's the same every game, so, it's not too onerous once you get used to, the build order. Okay, I'm moving my villager past here. I probably should have explained what I'm doing. She's about to die. I'll chuck her in the TC. I used T to garrison. That's the hotkey for garrison. Now, when you're collecting from a rhino, the food collection's actually faster than that of sheep. Oh man, I'm going to have to build that house. Oh, so what I'm going to do is I'm building it a little distance away from my lumber camp, because I don't want it to impede on what the lumberjacks are doing. So see how I'm 14 out of 15? I need that house built before that. Now, that was a panic one, but from now on I'm going to use them as walls. I need more people getting wood. The reason I want wood is because I'm going to have to build a mill soon. So 3 people, oh man, look at that, idle TC, you need to select, drop off, and then back on it. Because villagers hold way more food when they collect from rhino. This scout should be working all the time, so I should just set him up, tell him what to do. Yeah, okay, I've got people going to town, great. I probably want 1 more on wood because I sort of fell behind in that housing instance. So see how my food's running low? And I haven't really got replacements for it yet. So that means these guys might be idle. You do not want your villagers to be idle ever. So I'm even just going to get them to... They dropped off their food. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to get something else in the meantime. Because if they were doing nothing, I would miss out on this, I'm probably going to get 20 wood in the time that it takes for this rhino to arrive. Alright, rhino. Make sure I kill the rhino underneath the town center. So now I've got that 100 wood I wanted, so I can build that mill. When you're building a mill, you build it right on top of berries. That's the place that you build a mill. Reason being is because villages sort of tuck into the berries. The reason you build a lumber camp close to wood is because wood sort of depletes fast, so you want that to be effective. As soon as they are they've gone 3 trees deep or whatever, that's when you should go to the... Oh, these wasting his time. You should go and build a new lumber camp. Okay, so there's just too many people around this rhino. They can go get berries for me because they are peasants if I've ever seen them. Okay, so I'm getting a sort of nice pop. Do I want a fast castle? I probably want to show you guys how to build a barracks so you are ready to defend yourselves against an attack. Right? So I'm sort of spreading them out. I don't want them all on the same berry bush. I'm going to go loom. So I've got 21 villagers. Oh, sharks. Okay, my food is not actually going to be that great. So I'm going to build 1 farm. Did I get a second set of goats? Okay, I'm going to show you guys how to push some deer. Okay, so as soon as loom's finished, I'm going to do feudal age. Loom's really good because it means my villagers are tankier. So when he attacks them, they can take way more hits. It's especially good if you're a beginner. Okay, I'm gonna put these guys on gold because I need gold to get to the next age after I get to feudal age. And I'm going to start showing you how to push deer. So what you do is you just click E on the zebra. Make sure you're behind it and you're pushing it in the direction of your town center. Right? The deer will go exactly in the direction that you are behind it. So what is the way to explain that? It's like a vector between the scout and the deer is the direction that the deer will run unless there is something in the way. Okay, so I need to have 2 villagers there to get the deer when it's in there. It's best if I can get underneath because then they have less time to walk. You need 2 arrows to take down a deer, so that's why I had 2 villagers ready. Right, so that it gives your scout something to do. I should really be using my scout to like effectively go and see what the enemy's up to, but I'm going to go for a thing called a fast castle today, and if I get attacked I'll just react to it on the spot. The reason being, fast castle is just like a great place for beginners to start. So I need 325 wood once I hit feudal age. I need to make sure I've got some villagers queued up because I'm going to build a market with a couple of them, and I'm going to build a blacksmith with this guy. Oh, see, I stopped. You have to keep doing the push like over and over again to make sure it doesn't cancel. Okay, so I need 200. He's walking home. See how I'm like pushing it even further away? Yeah, so I want these deer so that I have enough food. I need 800 food. So I'm sort of like balancing this economy such that I'll be clicking up to Castle Age as fast as possible. Reason being, Castle Age is where everything goes down in this game. Like, you got... Well, that's not entirely true. Like, yeah, remember everything I say is sort of targeting us, you guys, as beginners. Like, I'm trying to set you up to, like, really begin how to play this game. Okay, I've got my 200 gold, so I don't need any more people doing that. I keep putting people on farms because farms get food in the long term, so I just want to have a good food economy. Now, when I'm pushing this deer, I don't want them to run into villages, otherwise it freaks out. So it was going to run through that villager, so I didn't want to like lose that situation. Once I get to Castle Age, I want wood. Okay, I've got a drush coming in. So they have made man-at-arms, and they're attacking me with them. So what I do here, I chuck them in there. I'm gonna idle for a little bit. Okay, just putting into it. I'm gonna idle my TC because I want to click up to Castle Age. Right, drop that off and you should get there. Yeah, okay, sweet. Going to Castle Age as quick as possible. Yeah, we fight together. I don't want to lose a Ville. Beautiful. Okay, now, we're going to Castle Age. We want to be effective once we get there. So what you can do is you can build more town centers, or you can prepare for knights. Now, since he's attacking me, now the pressure's on, so I want to just get straight into an army. Right, so I'm going to build a barracks. You need to build a barracks before you can build a stable or an archery range. So I'm getting that barracks. Come on, we're going to force it up. Because his archers are weak. Oops. Okay, nice. We're going to go stable here so I can start dealing with these pesky archers. Yeah, let's just go. Villagers are strong. Don't underestimate the power of a villager. Okay, so to produce these knights, I'm going to need food income and gold income, because knights cost food and gold. Remember, I can fight these. This is too far to run for an archer. Okay, I want to have 2 stables producing knights once I get into the next stage. I also need to get way more food income going. Right, so in order to get food, I need wood. Right, every 60 wood I get, I'm building a new farm. And the beauty with the Franks is that they get these bonuses. Okay, so as soon as I get to the next stage, I'm going to have enough to build some knights, but I want some armor on them. Probably did that a little dumb, because I could have been producing knights from the beginning. But I'm just trying to get these knights to come out strong. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm nearly housed. Right, what I'm trying to do is get knights out. Okay, nice. So I've got I've got army on the field now. Nice, got housed just in time. So knight is just the strongest unit. It's like it's so overpowered and easy. It's like noob friendly. It's glorious. So I reckon you should use knights. Right, especially if you're playing Franks, you get like a bonus on them. So yeah, my army's easily able to overwhelm the enemy. Alright, so what I just need is I need the food to produce them. So see how much damage that does and how little damage it's taking from the archer? Okay, so let's just make sure we are still keeping our economy rolling. So now I'm getting to a nice amount of farms. Oh, I shouldn't run under TC. Lucky I've got that armor. It's scrub friendly. Upgrade that. I should use him to actually like find out what's going on. Okay. Yep. Okay, so that unit that he was just sending out then is actually strong against knights. I want army. Yeah, you guys can idle while I'm prepping to build more. Okay, so I want my gold mining to be effective. These knights, all I'm doing is I'm just sending them out to mainly kill villagers. I do not want them to run into these spearmen. I can let them run into spearmen, they can do fine against them. But I would prefer not to let that happen. Oh, look at this. This guy missed his goats. I'll take him. This is called laming. You should do it. Especially if you're a beginner. Fantastic advantage that we will take. Okay, so my goal is to have 2 stables constantly producing knights and just being a pest. But the thing is, he's sort of countering my knights now. So I could almost consider like finding a way to deal with his spearmen. So to do that, nah. Oh, more knights. Come on, let's face the facts, people. Let's start getting. Makes my knights faster. It costs food. You can distract them for a bit. Yeah. So see, up here I've got a villager. I'm trying to always have a villager going. And I'm trying to always have knights being produced out of 2 places. So the next thing, I want to start considering getting like the armor upgrades on my knights and the attack upgrades. I should probably get wheelbarrow. I've got 35 villagers going. Wheelbarrow's what you get. Yeah, there should just be a number. Spirit of Law's probably got a video about when the best time to get it is. But yeah, it's just once you got like villagers at work is when you increase what villagers can do. Alright. Okay. So I'm gonna get this. It only costs food, so I'm gonna get this one. Okay. I'm finding lots of spears. You don't really need to fight lots of spears when you're running knights. Like, I don't have to fight these 2 dudes here. It's fine. I can just like run away from them and then go kill more villagers. So it's a great way to go. Yeah, and then I don't actually have to do anything about them. But yeah, it's just whether or not you can be bothered microing that hard. Yeah, as long as villagers dying, I'm happy. Yeah, shouldn't be tanking that. So yeah, I'm being just as much of a pest as I can. Okay, when I get to 275 wood, I should consider building another town center. Having another town center, it sets you up. It's like a long-term investment. This town center is probably pretty crap that I placed there because they're gonna mine rock touching it. See, when you're using mining camps, oopsies, I should finish that. When you're using mining camps, you want to keep it like a 1 tile distance away. Oh man, my food is getting out of control. Just sell it off. Maybe I'll build another stable. Why is my food so out of control? Okay, well, if I got high food, it means it's a good time to invest in another town center, because town centers mean I'm spending more food producing more villages. So if I've got the food hanging around, might as well spend it. Okay. Have I got the wood to build that? Nah, stuff it, you don't get a new one. Okay. So see how I've just been annoying to him this whole time while trying to keep my homeland up to speed. Okay. Okay, so with these attacks, I don't want to fight lots of spears. Okay, so I've got this other town center now. Franks have this other cool bonus where you can build... I'm going to get Town Watch. I want to have a little bit more vision to see if he's planning anything. I know he's not, because he's some AI that's just being hacked to pieces. Like, how crazy is that? He's building a unit that counters my unit. His unit is the way to beat knights, yet they are doing well. But I guess he hasn't... Oh yeah, he's just got another +1 on that. Okay, I'm going to get handcart because I've got 45 villagers. Probably shouldn't get handcart at this stage, but you know, why not? Okay, what's getting out of control? So I've got lots of food. May as well sell and buy some wood so these guys can do their jobs. Okay, all of the spears are there, so I don't want to be there anymore. Okay. What am I trying to teach you again? Okay. At this point, I think you would start massing, like, and getting ready to do like a big assault. Because what I want to do is I want to go in, and I want to have like, oh, camels are like the proper counter to me. What is he? Indians. Oh damn. Okay. So now I should start worrying. I should really start building a different unit now. Okay, so I'm getting housed. I should be seeing these coming a little earlier. Okay, so wood is an issue, but I want to build that castle. See how I'm now massing an army though? Which is great. I'm just going to make sure that my army's got all of the upgrades. So for your upgrades are in your blacksmith. You guys will be clicking on your blacksmith, but I highly recommend setting a hotkey to it. Mine is Command-Shift-X, which selects all blacksmiths, which is probably actually a little bit peasant, but yeah, do it anyway. Yeah, I'm going to keep massing, so I'm just going to waypoint. So I'm going to Control-Shift-S, which is my stables, and I'm just telling them to go there. I mean, I could destroy that mining camp, give them something to do. Why not? Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to get rock faster, right? So I'm trying to get enough rock to build a castle. Franks get a bonus of 488 for a castle, right? So to get that, I can actually just sell some food and buy some stone. And then I could build a castle on him. So, see how he's got a TC coming up here? Probably, I could be a pest to that TC. Let's do that. Okay, so I'm just going to make sure my knights are strong as heck. I'm going to send 2 over here to be annoying. While I send these guys here, I don't really want to notify them that I'm hanging around. Okay, so I'm going to set my villagers to control 2. This is my main force of knights, control 1. Q, left click, and that just means do efficient attacking. I want a castle that can hit both town centers. That is like max annoyance. This is a pretty good castle, I think. So I'm going to keep sending an army, keep building villages, build houses to sustain this growing population. And then I want to go to my blacksmith and get this fletching. It increases the range and damage of castles. So when that goes up, I can do some damage to them with it. These knights, I want to have a force around about to like protect my castle builders so that this castle goes up. Right, but I'm also just sort of going around and being a nuisance. Oh, so I should be here doing something about this. What you can do is you can do like walls to stop people going through like little gaps like that. But then to do that you sort of need to know how to get to the wall quickly. For me it's, I click on a villager, I go W and then see how palisade was below where that is. So now I've got a castle there being perfect pest level. Let's see if I can destroy a town centre with these knights. We'll work together. We'll upgrade that. Oh, he gave up. Throwing axemen was the way I was going to counter the pikemen and camels, right? Because that's a melee unit and just strong. And camels are sort of designed to just counter cavalry, and it's the same as spearmen. They're designed to counter cavalry, right? And so Throwing Axeman is an infantry unit that's just a great all-rounder, so it does well against a unit that's designed to counter it. So yeah, it's a really clear pathway for the Franks. You just go into knights, and then when they counter you with camels or spearmen or monks, you build Throwing Axeman from your castle. Okay, so yeah, Castle Drop's a great way to end it with Franks. I think Franks is a really good beginner civ. They're actually a great advanced civilization as well because they've got all of these crazy bonuses for their cavalry. So cavalry plus 20% hit points. Crazy. Knights plus 2 line of sight. Stables work 40% faster when you get that upgrade in your castle. You've got these Throwing Axemen which deal with the units that are good against your knights. So it's just they're just a very straightforward civilization to use. What did I actually teach you? I think it was just me talking a whole lot of smack. Yeah. Anyway, that was essentially it was a 1 TC building stables so it was a fast castle, building 2 stables and then just trying to get like stable knight production. I really don't like puns, so please don't take that as one. Yeah, you're trying to get really stable knight production so that you can keep your base safe, but knights can do a great job. Hold on, let me fix this. Yeah, but then your knights can do an amazing job of harassing because they've got really high armor, like crazy, crazy good specs, so that they can run under a TC, and they've got high hit points, especially as Franks, so that they've got the mobility to avoid running into spears and stuff. They're just an all-round pesky unit, you know. I hope that was helpful. Right, ciao.